Hello and welcome back to a video of ours for computer practice N6, and then this time around I'll be taking you through how to insert text boxes. So in order for you to insert a text box, you go onto your insert ribbon, and then there's a text group lana and there's a text box lana. So on text box there's a drop down arrow here which you're going to click on, and then a list of text boxes that you may want to choose from will drop down or appear. And then if you've been instructed to insert a text box, you will always choose a simple text box like this one. Once you've selected a simple text box, a text box will appear with a text inside. You press backspace to get rid of the text, and then your text box will remain like this. Now, what you need to know is you can always adjust the size of a text box. Here, you have your height and you have your width. So let's just say that the instruction had told me to change the height of my text box to 4 centimeter. So I can just highlight this, what's happening now with my mouse, 4 centimeter, and the width of my text box to just 6 centimeters. So I'll get rid of this 6.54. Now, this is the size of my text box. If I'm being told to insert another text box, I can still go back to insert, drop down the arrow, insert the second text box, or alternatively, I can use a shortcut. So a shortcut would be to select this text box, you press down your control key, and then you press down D. So I've pressed control D and a duplicate text box appeared. So now I have two identical text boxes in front of me that I may wish to work with. Okay, so I have two identical simple text boxes that I may wish to, or that I may work with. Now, for the purpose of any assessment or task, whenever you've been told to change the shape of your text boxes, it is only a matter of selecting the text box and then you go to edit shape. Your edit shape will be available on your drawing tools format tab or ribbon, and then your edit shape will be just here. So you'll drop down the arrow for edit shape and then choose change shape. So you can choose any shape as per the instruction that you are given. I'll just take this one for instance, and then I'll change the shape of this one as well. Edit shape, change shape, like last semester's exam. This is like the shapes they wanted for the text boxes, if I remember well. So I've taken you through how to insert a simple text box. I've taken you through how to change or edit the shapes of a text box. You basically select the text box, you go to your drawing tools format, and then you go to edit shape, and then you say change shape, and then you choose whatever shape that you may want to change your text box to. Okay, I've taught you that now. Now let's just say you've been instructed to group your text boxes. So to group your text box, you select the text box, you press down the control key, and then you will go onto group. You will drop down the arrow for group and select group. Now as you can see, your text boxes have been grouped to a single item. And then you can still ungroup your text boxes. So you see now that your text boxes are now individual items, but if I group them, they now become one. Ungroup. So how do I group them? I select this one, I press down the control key, I select the other one, and then my group option would be activated. I drop down the arrow and then I press group. Now these individual text boxes have been grouped to a single item. Now let's just say, for the purpose of any assessment, you've been instructed to link or to create a link between your text boxes. So it's basically linking this text box to this one. So what you then do is you select your first text box, you select create link, and then my pointer will change into a mini bucket. I don't know if it's a bucket or a mug, but however you may decide to call it, it will turn to that. And then you take that mini bucket or mug and you place it on your second text box, and it will appear to be pouring something out, and then you will click with your mouse. You will left click. Okay, sorry about that. My computer gave me slight problems. So we're basically on creating links, and as I had explained before my computer started performing, is that if I want to link my text boxes, I will select the first one, I'll press on create link, and then my pointer will turn or change to a mini bucket or mug, and I'm going to place that on my second text box, and it will appear to be pouring something out, and I'm going to left click with my mouse on my second text box, and then my pointer will automatically convert back to how it was before. And then how then do I see that my text boxes have been linked? I'll see that by, if I'm inserting text or I'm writing something on my first text box and then it gets full, whatever that I'm writing gets continued on the next one. So it doesn't expand my text box as such. It only continues onto the next one. So that is how I create a link between my text boxes. Okay, that is how I create a link between my text boxes. So for now, I'd like to assume that that's it with your text boxes, because you know how to group them, how to ungroup them, you know how to and in case I'm forgetting something, in case you're being told to insert maybe a text box, there is a banded code, there is a banded sidebar, a facet code, an Austin sidebar, an Austin code. You know, it depends on the instruction. If they want you to insert a grid code, you just select this. These are your options for your text boxes. But if you're not being told to insert a facet, a grid bar, a motion slide bar, you'd always go for your simple text box and then you manipulate. You understand? So that's what I forgot to mention. But for now, that's it with regards to text boxes, and I hope it will suffice. So for the purpose of your practice or exercises, you will look at exercise number, which number is this? Number 2. I've shared this with you. So you'll be looking at exercise number 2, which is page 99 of your textbook by your future managers. So your exercise number 2 will be covered by this video. And good luck.